Okay, today we're going to talk about what's been known in the media as the one punch rule, or the coward's punch, or the king hit rule. And most people perceive this is all about a predator walking around the city, someone who's drunk, someone who's intoxicated, someone who's looking for a victim. And most people perceive that what this law covers is one punch, a king hit, or a coward punch, or a dog shot, whatever you want to call it, an assault upon somebody who's not ready or willing or able to defend themselves. What's quite clear though, the Crimes Amendment Intoxication Bill 2014 is currently being debated in Parliament. Some of it's been passed, some of it hasn't been passed. But what it shows is that this Act will capture people who aren't necessarily involved in one punch, who aren't involved in a king hit, who aren't involved in what's generally described as this predatory behaviour. And we'll just explore that shortly now. So the first thing that you need to realise, to fall under this legislation, when you commit the alleged offence, you must be intoxicated or under the influence of drugs. Now, the level of intoxication has been deemed to be 0.15, which is, for the Motor Traffic Act, equivalent to high range. So what I'd suggest to all young people or anyone when they're going out, there's no point putting on Facebook that you're going to have a blinder, you're going to get off your face. Don't go on public media stating that sort of thing, because straight away, if you're in an incident, you'll be captured by this legislation. Now, to give you an example of how draconian or how serious this legislation may end up being for some people, when we have things like recklessly causing grievous bodily harm, so this would be an incident where somebody comes up to you, they might challenge you, you might even perceive that you're acting in self-defence, you get in a scuffle with them, you don't intend it to happen, but the person falls on the ground and breaks their jaw, or you hit them and they break their jaw. What the law says, if you recklessly cause this grievous bodily harm, so you don't even have to intend to do it, if you're intoxicated, the maximum penalty for doing that will be 12 years, but most interestingly and most importantly, the minimum penalty of imprisonment will be 4 years. So one can see how very easily, you may even feel that you're acting in self-defence, you may feel that your actions are appropriate, but if the court finds that they're not, you'll be going to jail for 3 years. This is the same for a reckless wounding. So if you're in a fight and you recklessly throw a punch or an elbow, even thinking you're acting in self-defence, and you cut somebody's eyebrow, similar to what we see in boxing fights or in MMA, once again, if you're intoxicated, the maximum penalty of imprisonment is 12 years and the minimum period of imprisonment is 4 years. So this goes to the issues that we've been talking about in class, the dangers of preemptive striking, how if you're going to preemptive strike, you've got to be sure that you are in the right, that you are acting in self-defence as per our previous videos. And in addition to that, it really doesn't pay if you're going to go out and if you think there's going to be any trouble whatsoever to be intoxicated either on drugs or alcohol.